Okay, let's say you want to export grades from like a third-party app like Brainpop. So in Brainpop, I'm going to go ahead and open an assignment, and I'm going to click on Export Grades here. So it's going to save a file. And this is for my period 3. It saves a CSV file. And as I open this file, what Aeries needs is it has to have a student ID number, and it also needs to have the grade. I'm actually going to get rid of all the ones that say not done because it doesn't read that as an option. So in order to get something that Aeries can see, I'm going to go ahead and just pull up an assignment from period 3 that can give me from Google Classroom another CSV file that hopefully has a student ID I can associate with it. So when I save that CSV from my Google Classroom and I open it, you'll notice that the information that I have on my Google Classroom isn't quite the student ID number. It gives me their email address, but in their email address, it's embedded with their student ID number. So I'm going to click that column. I'm going to go to Find and Select and replace anywhere I see at susd.net um, with nothing. So I'm going to replace all of those. And then I'm left with this S in the beginning. So I'm just going to take this and take S, and I'm going to replace all. It made 19 replacements because it kind of took out the piece from the address, the two S's there. All right, so now I'm going to make sure that this is sorted by the same way that my Brainpop is sorted. So if I look at my Brainpop, it's sorted by first name alphabetically. So I'm going to go ahead and come here. I'm going to go to my data. I'm going to sort it, and I'm going to go by first name. Now I'm going to take these 3 columns and I'm going to copy it and I'm going to paste it over in my Brainpop so that I match the names with now an ID number. So I'm going to go ahead and delete these columns just so I don't have extraneous information. And I'm going to resave this Brainpop file. I'm going to go back to my Aeries gradebook. I'm going to find the assignment and I'm going to click on Show More. I'm going to say import scores from file. I'm going to select my file. It's going to be a geologic time movie. It's going to, I don't need to include the header when I put in my grades. And now I'm going to select this column, which is going to be the score. And I'm going to include this as the student ID. Okay, I don't need this first column here. Okay, here we go. We import scores. And I should see that the scores are coming in and the ones that were missing. I can go to show more, I can go mass assigned values, and I can either leave it as missing with a 0 or I can give it a value of MI. And I'm not going to overwrite existing values, and I'm going to save mass changes. And you will see that MI shows up for the ones that were missing so far.